Hello and welcome on House News. And in this episode, we'll present you the latest information coming from the House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia. And now, let's see the headlines for today. The Indonesian Parliament joined a tripartite forum, a side event of the IPA caucus meeting, to discuss building a strong digital economy in ASEAN with cybersecurity and shared benefits. The House raises concerns about data sovereignty and digital security following the launch of Elon Musk Starlink satellite internet service in Indonesia. Commission 7 of the House urges Pertamina to increase oil and gas production. The House demands the government to take practical steps to meet national lifting targets and achieve energy security. The Hajj monitoring team of the House reviewed the readiness of all services and facilities for Indonesian pilgrims during the peak of the Hajj procession. Acting Governor Jakarta invites all citizens to join in the festivities for the anniversary of the city, which will be held for a full month. The Committee for Interparliamentary Cooperation of the House participated in the 15th IPA caucus in Brunei Darussalam recently. This forum is a significant event for regional cooperation, bringing together parliamentarians from ASEAN member states. The head of Indonesian delegation, Putu Supatmarudana, emphasized the digital transformation of the economy and sustainability must provide real benefits and contributions to ASEAN, especially marginalized communities and those without financial access. In the tripartite forum panel session, on Digital Transformation and Sustainability, Putu highlighted the need for the government and parliamentary collaboration to enhance cybersecurity. He also stressed the importance of synergizing the digital economy sector to strengthen sustainable development and support the growth of MSMEs.
Bahwa kesustainability-an atau kesinambungan yang berkelanjutan itu justru adalah transformasi digital yang memberikan tools dan komitmen kepada masyarakat yang terbawah, dalam hal ini usaha mikro, kecil, dan menengah. Dengan komitmen itu, kita sebagai parlemen, dalam hal ini menggunakan fungsi oversight, itu mengawasi agar mereka selalu memiliki peran dan kontribusi terhadap pembangunan dan peningkatan capacity building dari small atau micro, small, medium company kita, usaha kecil, mikro, dan menengah kita. Dan pada ujungnya adalah bagaimana menjembatani Indonesia yang sangat beragam dan diverse ini, tentu nantinya agar masyarakat di berbagai tempat mampu langsung melakukan transaksi digital atau terlibat dalam digital ekonomi dan mendapatkan kesejahteraan dan manfaat. Nah, sebetulnya esensi daripada diskusi kita adalah di situ. Kita tahu isunya menyangkut resilience dalam bidang digital, mengenai cyber security-nya, tapi di sisi lain itu harus difikirkan oleh regulator atau government bersama parlemen. Tapi rakyat pada ujungnya mereka harus mendapatkan kesejahteraan daripada transformasi digital yang terjadi, dan tentu isu ini kita angkat dan kita ingin memastikan bahwa apa yang kita miliki di berbagai tempat di belahan ASEAN ini mampu juga bersanding dan mampu kita pasarkan ke berbagai tempat di seluruh dunia dengan konsep daripada digital transformation itu. Kita berharap semua pihak dapat mendapatkan manfaatnya. Nah, tentu saya sampaikan ini bukan menyangkut isu yang eksklusif elit untuk big corporation, tapi ini adalah isu untuk memberdayakan UMKM kita, menghadirkan UMKM kita, mentransformasi, membawa mereka kepada ekonomi digital dan manfaatnya langsung memberikan kontribusi kepada seluruh masyarakat di ASEAN, dan yang terpenting mendapatkan manfaat kepada seluruh masyarakat Indonesia.
Effective collaboration between Parliament, the government, and the private sector is important for a sustainable digital transformation that supports not only large corporations but also small businesses and the broader community. One of the SDGs in the digital economy sector aims to eliminate poverty and improve the welfare of people and MSMEs. Additionally, digital transformation must prioritize the human aspect by maintaining direct interactions in the ASEAN region. TVR Parliament Team report. Commission 1 of the House urges restrictions and specific regulations on Starlink internet service providers to ensure data security and maintain a conducive business environment for internet service providers in Indonesia. Member of Commission 1 of the House, Bobby Adityo Rizaldi, called on the government to implement regulations concerning critical state instruments and to establish tariff and service regulations to protect the existing internet providers in Indonesia.
Dan seluruh gateway yang dipakai di Indonesia itu sudah ada instrumen negaranya yang mengawasinya, baik itu dari Kemenkominfo, spionase sinyal itu ada dari BIN, lantas keamanan sinyal itu dari BSSN, dan ada beberapa instrumen-instrumen negara lainnya. Nah, oleh karenanya ini yang perlu kita nanti akan dalami bersama Kemenkominfo, termasuk kekhawatiran mengenai predatory pricing.
Meanwhile, another member of Commission 1 of the House, Al-Muzammil Yusuf, supports Starlink services used to meet the needs of 3T areas, such as in fulfilling health and education facilities. However, some concerns allowing Starlink to expand its coverage could disrupt state-owned companies in the same sector and have an impact on state revenue.
Saya menyorotinya ya, kalau itu bergeraknya di wilayah terdepan, terluar, tertinggal, ya memang kita dukung, bagus karena kita belum menjangkau ya. Karena ada 700 lebih puskesmas kita yang langsung bisa terkoneksi, saya kira bagus sekali. Tapi begitu dia diberikan karpet merah untuk seluruh lokasi tanpa terkecuali, persoalannya bagaimana nasib perusahaan kita yang lain, provider yang lain untuk kegiatan internet.
TVR Parliament Team report. Commission 7 of the House criticized the proposed lower oil and gas production targets in the 2025 draft state budget. The Commission emphasizes the cost recovery for the upstream oil and gas industries remains high. Vice Chairperson of Commission 7 of the House, Bambang Haryadi, says this situation could negatively impact the state. He explains the state has to pay high cost recovery to oil and gas companies even though the state's share of oil and gas productions continues to decline. As of the first quarter of 2024, the realization of oil lifting has only reached 567,000 barrels per day, with a cost recovery realization of 30% of the state 2024 state budget target.
Bandingkan biaya yang keluar negara yang menginginkan peningkatan terhadap produksi, ternyata biar pemerintah, presiden juga tahu bahwa selama ini apa yang niat baik beliau untuk meningkatkan produksi minyak itu tidak berbanding lurus.
Furthermore, member of Commission 7 of the House, Nashirul Falah Amru, requested the government implement changes to increase oil and gas production. These changes include improving production and exploration practices and tightening the selection process for partners of Pertamina and Special Task Force for upstream oil and gas business activities.
Mitra dari Pertamina dan ataupun SKK Migas yang melakukan tender ini juga harus dilakukan sangat ketat sekali. Jangan sampai mitra tersebut juga kecakapannya dalam melakukan pengelolaan, eksplorasi dan sebagainya ini kurang cakap dan memang bukan di bidangnya.
Adila and Teguh, TVR Parlemen, report. When we return, we'll bring you the latest from Hajj 2024, special only on House News. Vice Chairperson of Commission 8 of the House urges the Ministry of Religious Affairs to work with Saudi Arabia to facilitate the seamless entry of Indonesian Hajj pilgrims into Ar-Musna. To address tighter regulations on the 2024 Hajj by Saudi Arabia, Vice Chairperson of Commission 8 of the House, Marwan Dasopang, urges the government to ensure proper registrations for all regular and special pilgrims to avoid entry issues in Ar-Musna. Pilgrims who follow proper procedures of Tashrih permits and the Nusuk app should be allowed to bypass checkpoints at Ar-Musna. The government also requires to address the needs of pilgrims who used unofficial procedures.
Kami meminta pemerintah, Kementerian Agama, untuk melakukan pendekatan dengan pihak Saudi dalam hal masuk ke Ar-Musna itu tidak dilakukan dengan cara checkpoint. Maka ya sudah, kalau sudah benar nusuknya langsung masuk. Nah, kalau melakukan lagi checkpoint, coba jutaan umat muslim yang akan masuk di checkpoint tidak bisa terbayangkan. Maka potensi yang akan muncul seperti persoalan masa lalu itu sangat terbuka. Karena mungkin saja pihak penyelenggara akan melakukan checkpoint di berbagai titik.
On the other hand, Marwan Dasopang mentions the Hajj monitoring team of the House is currently mapping out potential obstacles of the Hajj. Marwan adds government should provide adequate service facilities to address stricter regulations implemented by Saudi Arabia. TVR Parlemen Team report. Commission 2 of the House urges the government to immediately stop all deforestation policies, especially those affecting customary forests in Papua, which potentially affect the life of indigenous people. Member of Commission 2 of the House Rianta said the government should prioritize the conservation of Indonesia's forests, especially the customary forests in Papua, which are currently under threat of conversion into palm oil plantation. Furthermore, Rianta added, an immediate stop to deforestation policies should be implemented, considering many lives depend on forests. There is no reason to continue actions that are contrary to conservation principles, including deforestation.
Berkaitan dengan kebijakan pemberian hak-hak baru yang dengan alasan untuk perluasan perkebunan kelapa sawit harus dihentikan. Dan kita sebagai warga masyarakat yang sadar akan pentingnya konservasi, pentingnya lingkungan hidup, kita harus mendukung kawan-kawan masyarakat di Papua untuk bagaimana agar hutan di Papua ini diselamatkan. Kita dorong bersama agar negara melakukan moratorium terhadap penebangan hutan. Karena kita sadar betul bahwa hutan yang ada di Indonesia itu menjadi paru-paru dunia.
Recently, the Supreme Court was protested by several indigenous people from the Awiyu tribe in South Papua and the Moi tribe in southwest Papua. They opposed the deforestation of customary forests that have been their traditional lands. The conversion of this customary forest in Papua is intended to facilitate the palm oil business of PT Indo Asiana Lestari, which has been licensed to clear 36,000 hectares of customary forests in Papua. This is equal to half of the area of Jakarta. Panji Endwi, TVR Parlemen, report. Commission 5 of the House urges the government to postpone the Public Housing Savings or TAPERA program amid the controversy on the public. The TAPERA policy has recently encountered strong rejections from labor and business circles. Chairperson of Commission 5 of the House argues the 3% salary deduction for TAPERA will burden the workers. Furthermore, Commission 5 will immediately initiate discussions with all stakeholders to resolve the implementation of TAPERA.
Kami akan agendakan khusus, Pak. Untuk TAPERA ini kita rapat khusus terkait TAPERA supaya nanti tuntas, Pak. Karena memang kami banyak sekali mendapat pertanyaan dan seterusnya. Maka bahasa saya di media saya bilang, saya minta kalau bisa pemerintah tunda dulu. Karena ada keberatan dari karyawan dan keberatan dari pengusaha. Titik ini yang paling rumit, Pak. Kami jawab di sini. Yang mau dipotong keberatan, yang dibebani pemotong pun keberatan. Titik temu ini menurut saya yang harus dicarikan jalan keluarnya dulu.
Since May, the government has officially issued Government Regulation Number 21 of 2024 concerning the implementation of TAPERA program. This regulation stipulates the obligations of employees and self-employed workers with regional minimum wage to pay TAPERA contributions of 30% per month. On the other hand, the public is also questioning the unclear utilization of TAPERA funds. The Indonesia Audit Board has reported hundreds of thousands of retired civil servants have been unable to withdraw their TAPERA funds in cash. Mario, TVR Parlemen, report. Celebrating the anniversary of Jakarta right after the break, only on House News. Jakarta's anniversary celebration this year feels special as it marks Jakarta's last moment as the capital city of the Republic of Indonesia. The city has planned some events to celebrate, and Tech Peak event will take place at Monas. The Jakarta provincial government has prepared exciting festivities throughout June to celebrate this special occasion on June 22nd. From shopping deals and drone shows to firework displays and marathon races, there is something for everyone. From June 1st to 21st, Jakarta residents can enter Ancol for free. This offer is valid from 5 p.m. until Ancol's operations hours end. Take advantage of this free entry to enjoy a sunset at the beach with a sea view, cycling, kite flying, and dining by the sea. Jakarta Fair Kemayoran is eagerly awaited every year. First held in 1968 and paused twice during pandemic, this year marks its 55th edition. Jakarta Fair 2024 will run for 33 days from June 12 to July 14 at G Expo Kemayoran, featuring 1,000 booths from more than 2,000 companies including multinationals, MSMEs, state-owned enterprise, and provincial and district government across Indonesia. Shop for crafts, herbal products, electronics, watch parades, witness the Miss Jakarta Fair competition, and enjoy music concerts. On Jakarta's anniversary, you can also enjoy a concert. The concerts will be held at Carnaval Ancol, and if you love concerts by the beach, you can miss this event. Jakarta's anniversary is celebrated with great enthusiasm and joy. Since the beginning of the month, provincial government has enlivened the city's spirit with exciting events like cultural parades, art exhibitions, and music concerts. With the theme Jakarta, a global city with millions of charms, the 497th celebration is expected to raise optimism and a new spirit for this metropolitan city. This theme reflects the community's contribution in building Jakarta into a progressive, dynamic, and globally attractive city. Various interesting events have been prepared to enliven this year's Jakarta anniversary, including cultural arts performances, culinary festivals, and sports activities. The acting governor hopes Jakarta can become a host for various international events in the future, increasing the city's attractiveness to tourists and investors. More than just a celebration, the anniversary of Jakarta is also a moment to reflect on Jakarta's long journey and look towards a brighter future. The local government invites all elements of society to work together to build Jakarta into a more advanced, sustainable, and environmentally friendly city. This is the last year the Jakarta will hold capital city status after the special Jakarta law was passed. Now transitioning from its status as the nation's capital, Jakarta begins a new path as a global city. Although it will no longer be the capital, Jakarta will remain captivating as a center of diverse activities and a home to millions of dreams. This diversity is reflected in the lineup of anniversary events this year. There are many historical destinations in Jakarta where you can learn about the glorious past of the city. The presence of these historical sites will take you on a walk through Jakarta's rich history. If you are willing to have in-depth historical information about Jakarta, you take a wonderful guided tour to cover the major historical attractions. Also, check the opening and closing time for each so that you can organize your time. Let's see the history of Jakarta with these top historical places. The Jakarta Old Town or Kota Tua Jakarta remains the Dutch era with its colonial architecture and historical references. The streets of the Old Town date back to colonial times, most of which are converted into museums today. Though not all buildings are well preserved, it remains a charming tourist attraction today, giving a peek into Jakarta's colonial history and culture. The square was the main center of the Dutch administrations, surrounded by buildings that were homes or offices of the Dutch East India Company. On weekends and holidays, the square is buzzing with activities as visitors are either strolling or renting the colorful bicycle for a ride. There are street food stalls and various shops and art performances. Sunda Kelapa was founded in the 12th century and was once a major center of trade for the region. In this port, the merchants from all over the world came to trade goods such as porcelain, coffee, silk, horses and wine. The port was also a major center for the spice trade, which made Indonesia a wealthy and powerful nation. Today, Sunda Kelapa is a popular tourist destination. Visitors can see the traditional Finnish sailing ships that still dock at the port and several museums that tell the story of the port's history. And that's the House News for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of House News only on TVR Parlemen.